Alrighty, everybody. Let me put the mic by my face. Let's see. We have two people watching.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Yay!
So,
Two people.
for you,
That's two more than I thought.
Two more than you thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree. Well, for you folks, we are Project Derailed, and this is our first attempt at streaming pretty much anything. So we have dubbed it Trainwreck because we're going to do this every Monday night. We don't know what we're going to be streaming, just know that we will, and it's probably going to suck, but we're going to work our way through it. This is an experiment for us, and we hope you guys enjoy watching us fumble through it. So for our first episode, we're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm going to be dungeon mastering. My name is Nick Uroseva. You can follow me on Twitter at Nick_Uroseva, UROSEVA. It's right here on your screen. And especially if you're a critter and you're a huge fan of Critical Role, I talk about Critical Role constantly. So everybody else, let's tell these two people watching our stream who the fuck you are.
Well, okay. My name's Tom. I occasionally write things once in a blue moon. Other than that, I don't do very much, but they let me hang around, which is pretty cool.
Hey, Tanner.
Tom's talking.
Go ahead and refresh.
Yeah, go. This is why it's called Trainwreck, because we've been having this happen a lot, so we'll figure it out.
Okay,
back,
I think
Tanner?
Tanner's here.
Yeah, Tanner's back. Okay, go Tom.
I was done.
Oh, okay. Tanner, do you want to go or should I go?
You go. I'm still typing things over here.
Okay. I am Fiona LF Kelly. I write Critical Role recaps, which is I think what people know me from if they do know who I am. Part of Project Derailed. I'm the one who is usually writing stuff, I think. And now I'm going to attempt to play D&D, which I've been playing for about 6 years and still don't know the rules to. So we'll find out.
It's okay.
All the people on the internet will tell us how we did it wrong.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if they've done it on Critical Role, I might have a vague approximation of how to do it. So
yeah,
find out.
In a world where Critical Role exists, we cannot achieve to meet any sort of quality in doing any sort of streaming D&D thing. So we're just going to have fun and hope that you guys have fun watching us bumble through everything.
Yeah.
So I think Tanner might be dead to me again. So
Tanner
this is going
dead
great.
to me too.
Yeah, go ahead, Tanner, because I think
it's not going to come through because he's not coming on my end.
Oh, Tanner, refresh, please.
If he's dead to me, he's dead to the world.
Yeah.
Tom is the one streaming everything.
Yes, I am.
He has the power at the moment.
20 has not been kind to me tonight.
No.
Not even a little bit.
You're back, though. That's good.
Yeah, and in particular, it screwed me over the most.
Yeah, which is why we have a beautiful picture of Tanner and his wonderful lady friend, Kitty, instead of his face talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't want to see it anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to survive through the rest of this with as little difficulty as possible.
That's not going to happen.
My name's Tanner, and you may know me from Crit or Miss, the video series for Project Derailed, in which I review role-playing games of many different varieties, as well as offer role-playing tips, and so on and so forth. So that's who I am.
All right.
Alrighty.
Enough.
Now that you introduced your real people names, how about we go ahead and introduce characters while I go and procedurally generate literally everything about this adventure.
All right. Let's go in the same order. So, Tom.
All right.
Your turn.
I am a Shardamon. I am a level 5 human warlock. And I have a dark and troubled past, which I'm sure will be unusual for all warlocks out there. No one's ever done that. And, yeah. And I am also kind of gishy, for those who are familiar with that term. Like, I'm kind of a in-your-face melee warlock. I have Pact with the Blade. I do that kind of thing.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're human?
Yes.
This is the first I'm hearing all of these, by the way. So
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else? What do you look like?
I look like an older man. Not like old, but like maybe in his 40s. I'm covered in scars. Pretty brutal looking scars. And I'm constantly shrouded in misty black mage armor.
Edgy.
Right?
All right. Fiona, why don't you tell us about your character?
My character is Fios Ironbeard, and you would think that she is a dwarf. She is not. She is human, but she was raised by dwarves because this is a character that I've been playing since Pathfinder, when Pathfinder had the adopted background. So I picked a human character that was raised by dwarves. She is big and tanky and dumb, and I love her because she's awesome. And if she's dumb, that means I have to listen less. But she's a fighter. She's a fighter, and she's like a Brienne of Tarth type with like long red hair that's braided all cool. And she has these awesome tattoos going up her right arm that start as like dwarven runes and then like turn into vines and flowers and stuff, and it goes up to her neck because she's awesome.
I did art of her a very long time.
You did do an art of her a long time ago.
I did an art. All right,
Nick
so
likes to
Tanner,
do
tell
arts.
us about your character.
So I think Tanner's dead to me again.
Tanner, go ahead. Were you hearing Tom just a second ago?
Yeah, I wasn't hearing you a second ago, but
Oh,
now
neat. Okay, we're
Okay.
good.
Cool.
I've
Alright,
heard everyone's story.
All right, so now Tanner, tell us about your character.
All right. So my character's name is Morthos, or by his other name, Spirit. He is a level 5 tiefling rogue. And basically has like kind of a shortest kind of like strawberry blonde sort of hair that's kind of all mangled and whatnot. Red skin, blue eyes. He is relatively young. His general idea is that he always wanted to be somebody good. He didn't want to like follow the tiefling what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotype. But tragically, as life and as people who are fearful of tieflings have pushed him towards kind of a life of crime. So he's a bit charismatic to anybody who's actually going to listen to him, but most of the time he actually does thieving for his main line of work.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, Tom, I'm very sorry, but you didn't catch me trying to get your attention in this chat we have over here hidden from everyone.
Oh.
I didn't catch anything that you said about your character. So what's your
Oh,
name?
I am a Shardamon.
A Shardamon.
A
Okay.
Shardamon.
A shart.
I'm on.
A shart on a man. All right.
Okay. Yeah, he's a Fiona. He's a human warlock.
I knew that part. I didn't know his name. So I was going to like try to bullshit the rest.
That's
that I
fair.
knew what was going on.
I described myself as in his 50s, covered in nasty scars, and constantly shrouded
That's the only
in
part I
black.
heard was
Ah,
the very last thing that you said, which was the physical description.
That's about the
I-
whole thing. I said he has a
Okay.
dark past, and then I made a
dark
joke
past.
about how no one ever did that before.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And now our
Fios does not have a dark past because she's not smart enough to have a dark past. she just like has her little family and her little life, and her father was killed in another campaign, but it's fine. That was dumb. That was retcons. That didn't happen.
I'd say that Spirit has a frustrating past, not necessarily dark,
Mm.
of people just being a dick to him for no reason.
So it's a Shardamon and Spirit. Did
Yeah,
you say? Spirit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So, you three have already been acquainted for some time. Traveling the countryside, you quickly learned the usefulness of each other's abilities, the reliableness of having each other at your side, and realizing, for better or for worse, that an alliance for the time being was in everybody's best interests. So you move town to town, finding jobs for anyone who's strong enough to hold a sword against any variety of tasks, whether it is going out to retrieve a lost item or protecting an important shipment from one town to the next through a bandit-heavy area. Today, your travels have brought you to the small frontier town of Dewhurst, a small settlement comprised of only less than 100 buildings and probably only 2 or maybe 3 or 4 times that in population. Definitely a small little hamlet on the very edges of civilization. You've been brought here because one of the town's elders, let's see, wow, what are these names? I'll tell you what.
Names are hard.
Names are hard. No, you see, I hit the random name generator, and none of these are pronounceable.
Yeah. I always just like take that and like make it an approximation of something I'll remember.
Sure.
Maybe.
So you've been contacted by one of the town elders, a man by the name of Verth Shorecag.
All right. So we are together when we get this message.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Your exploits around town, around the region, combating all works of evils. Actually, let's do a fun thing. What was your guys' last adventure? Bullshit it.
It was our last adventure.
This is something I usually like to do for one-shots as well, is just ask prompts to players to get them to just pull some element of their recent backstory out. Especially if it's a one-shot where the characters are already together, I can go, for example, Spirit. Describe the situation in when you first met Fios. We'll do that in a second, but just to let me know what was your last adventure?
Well, what if I set up the scenario and then someone else says how it ended?
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like it. Do that.
Yeah. So, I'm going to say that there was a man in a village who was trying to gather dangerous alchemical ingredients so he could construct an alchemical weapon that could flatten an entire town.
Tanner, do you want to take that or me?
Could you repeat that again? I only heard half of that. I apologize.
That's okay. He was attempting to gather alchemical ingredients that would allow him to build a weapon that could flatten a town.
So we were hired to stop this gentleman from flattening a town with these alchemical principles?
Perhaps we were hired to investigate the disappearance of certain things, and it led us to discovering that he was doing this.
Okay. Let's see here. So what would your warlock be like, Tom? Like, how does he handle business? What's his, like, modus operandi?
Well, he uses his warhammer that he calls Soulbreaker to smash people that he feels are doing evil things. And then the people that he kills with his warhammer, their souls go straight to the devil that he serves.
All right. Fascinating. And how about Fios? Like, what is your... Oh, no. Sorry, Fiona dropped for me.
Fiona, go ahead and refresh for me.
What? No, Fiona's coming back.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Alrighty.
Fios's like modus operandi, like how does she handle situations?
She smashes her way in and she takes gold on the way out.
All right. So the way that I could see this is being the two taking the hammers and beat facing somebody's to
Yeah.
is it was probably we were investigating the situation. Spirit was probably the one to actually break in and do the heavy investigating parts, while Fios and Arshadaman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're, waiting for the cue from me. After seeing that this guy was clearly creating some fucked up stuff that's going to basically be a small weapon of destruction, signal to the others. And then I would say probably after that, you two would just smash down the door and just beat him with hammers while I snuck up behind and stabbed him.
And on the way in, we were like taking a running count, me and Arshadaman.
Ashardamon. I can put it in chat. I don't know why I picked such a hard name. I have to be an edgelord.
Oh, Ashardomon. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not what I wrote down. So we had a running tally of who could take out the most minions, and I feel like Ashardomon might have gotten that one, but Fios won't admit it. She like added 3 or 4 to her score.
Gotcha.
Kind of like a Legolas
Like you
Gimli
didn't
sort of deal.
Yeah.
In an earlier adventure, I was removed from this this bet because I would sneak in and kill the people before you even had a chance to get in through the door.
That's not fair. Those
exactly.
don't
That's
count.
why I was kicked out of the bet.
I don't hear Tanner, unfortunately. So I'm gonna
See, I
refresh
lost
again.
Fiona again.
Go ahead. She's refreshing, Tanner.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not entirely sure why it's doing this, but we're going to work on it for future streams. But for now, we're just going to refresh until
This
it
is why it's Trainwreck, because it sucks a little.
So
we anticipated.
Terrible.
Yeah, you know how people criticize Critical Role for like setting these unrealistic expectations for D&D? We're real push back on that.
We actually get a cut from Critical Role to show people what a real shit stream is.
That's not true.
No.
Nobody's giving us cuts of anything.
No, we have no money.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think Tanner started to say something, and I don't know if he cut out or just stopped talking.
Like I said,
he's here.
What I was mean is that like Bios and Arshadaman kicked Spirit out of the bets of keeping the tally because Spirit would go in and start killing them, like sneaking up and like sneak attack, killing the minions, and then whenever they got in, he'd already killed everybody. It's like, all right, you're no longer allowed to be the bet.
Yeah. Well, it's just dangerous. You were going in without support. It was risky behavior.
Yeah.
I would consider Spirit to be a very recklessly risky person.
Fios encourages it.
Ashardamon believes in
like
only the most calculated of risks.
That is fair. Probably why I would say your character would have no problem sending Spirit in first.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, Ashardamon's okay. Well, the problem is that if Spirit kills them, he doesn't get to send them to his master.
That's true. However, he has no problem scouting, though.
Mm-hmm.
As dysfunctional as this group seems to be, nonetheless, you have managed some level of success for yourself. And word has spread to the small town of Dewhurst, where, like I said, the town
poor bastards
of Verf Shorkeg sent a missive to you, asking for your aid in an issue involving disappearances of many of the children of the town. And he's offering a sum of 10,000 gold pieces if the mystery can come to a fitting conclusion.
I think that we are all in agreement that this is something that we want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you make the trek to Dewhurst, and it's such a small town in such a remote location that after several days of traveling on the road, you actually have to travel off of the road onto more of a trail or a slightly more beaten stretch of land to make it to the final lengths of the town, where you see it nestled along the edge of where the forest meets a small stretch of bluffs. Sleepy town, you see several trails of smoke rising over the town, and you don't see any sort of guard presence whatsoever. Most of the men of the town and several of the women are walking around with weapons on their belts. You see a handful of children, but not very many as you enter. There's no walls of any kind. Yeah, you find yourself in this small town. There's buildings that seem to be built rather ramshackle. None of them seem to be too particularly old. The oldest maybe being about a decade old.
Look, I say, this town's defenses are poor. It is unsurprising they suffer as they do. They need a wall post-haste. Armed men.
I look around and it's like, yeah, definitely. This town is easy pickings. No, it doesn't look like there's much here to be picked.
There are souls to be picked. That is enough.
Hey, that's your business, not mine.
So what is it that you guys do?
Suppose we are headed in towards town. Is there anything that is clearly like a meeting place or town hall type of area?
There's not so much of a town hall, but there is like a general, like a central like square. There's a well located in the middle of the square, and you actually see that there is a raised area off to the one side, constructed of large square stones that have been kind of like pieced together to create kind of like a stage. There's no mortar; it's just the dirt has been let just like wash into it, creating like a small stage-like area with a kind of like a semicircular amphitheater kind of around where the hillside just kind of like slopes downward slightly to it.
Okay. I suppose that we will just head on in towards the center of town. Do we sort of draw attention from people as we're coming in? Oh shoot, I think Nick is frozen.
Where did I cut out?
You didn't say anything at all, so.
I didn't say
heard
anything
you.
at all?
I heard you.
Well, Tom didn't hear me, nobody heard me.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard you, and then I was told I cut out, so I refreshed, and then I didn't catch the tail end of.
So, you asked about a central meeting place?
Yes.
Oh, no, I heard that part.
How far did I get?
I heard like Stone Stage and
Yeah, I heard all that. It got to you asking, so what do you do? And then I started to say we were walking towards it, but I don't think you heard that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you heard my whole spiel then.
Mm-hmm.
So then, So and you do see people moving about. This definitely seems like it's a relatively rough life living here.
Okay.
Hi, Eric. My one coworker and in my D&D game from work is also in the chat. So everybody say hi.
Hi.
All right. So
Waving at the camera.
Sorry. I was waving at the literal chat stream.
That makes sense.
So anyway, so yeah, it definitely seemed like a rough life living in this small town, and you like the general. It definitely is a one class economy, and that class is poor. You're not quite sure. You haven't heard a whole lot about the town. You're not quite sure why it even exists here. But it definitely seems rough living. You do see a few people around, but nobody that strikes you as anyone of authority.
Okay. I guess I just sort of stomp through heading towards the stage, being as obvious as I can, which is pretty obvious.
You're just waiting for somebody to react to you?
More or less, if I get to the stage before anyone reacts, then I'm gonna start yelling.
Start yelling.
I'm following, just kind of like leisurely. Basically, I'm like following everyone, hoping that they'll do something so that I don't have to.
I kind of hang back into the crowd a little bit.
And like, if nothing happens in like 5 minutes, I go to the nearest tavern.
There's not so much a crowd, Tanner, as there is like a handful of people walking in various directions, and then those people are replenished by occasionally other people as they move about town in ones or pairs, going about their everyday business. You guys do approach the raised center area, and you kind of look around in that general like look of, all right, we're here now. What? And an older woman, probably in her mid-50s or so. She has like a tattered kind of shawl on her, and she goes, "Can I help you?"
Yes, we are here for that. We are here to assist in what we have heard is a problem in this village.
And what problem would that be?
The missing children.
Oh, yes, that's been a peculiar issue, but I wouldn't... She seems to react strangely to this. She looks for her words and then settles on, who was it that summoned you here?
I don't remember.
You know, his name is Verf Sharkag.
Verf, okay.
If Fias doesn't remember.
It was Verf Sharkay. Can you take us to him?
Well, his residence is going to be right over there. It's the larger building in the centermost cluster. There's a large S emblazoned on the door.
Does he have ale, or should we bring our own?
I snicker.
I suppose he might. If anyone would, he would.
The reward he's offered will buy all the ale you need, Fias. Come now.
I don't need ale then. I need ale now. Looking around me.
For future reference, can I get everybody's passive perceptions?
Yes. So that's just our...
It's going to be what your perception roll would be if you rolled a 10.
Okay.
Mine is a big fat 9.
I have an 11.
Like all warlocks with a negative wisdom.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn. What was Fios?
11.
11. All right, Spirit, you notice that there is a decent-sized bulge on the woman's like chest area, like there's a pocket or something there, and it moves in a way they weren't expecting. Like she has some sort of animal tucked in her cloak.
You notice the woman's bulge moving.
I see this.
Yes. Yeah. Spirit, you notice it. The other two, you do not.
I looked and said, "Excuse me, miss, but it looks like your little friend there is trying to escape."
She seems confused and taken aback for a second, and then she says, "Oh, that's nothing. He's not going any. This is Theron. Please settle down. He's just nervous. This is new for him." And she kind of like pulls back her cloak, revealing the pocket in her in like her tunic and there's a squirrel there who seems to be squirming kind of, and she kind of puts a hand on it to hold it there.
This is abnormal behavior, woman. Explain yourself.
No, it's rather hard to explain. If Verf has called you here, then he would be able to give you more information than I could. I'm just making do with the way things are.
Looking around,
And
guys.
she says it rather sadly.
I raise an eyebrow and just, okay. And I will start making my way to Verth, and the others can follow or choose to continue talking to her.
Looking around, do I see any taverns?
Make a perception check.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Does Fios get advantage for having done this many times?
Sure, have advantage
Alright.
because you have an innate ability to find the nearest tavern.
Oh, shoot. Why? Put it in jail.
This is unlike any tavern that you have, or any town that you have ever encountered. And everything seems so ramshackle. Everything seems so makeshift that every building, you can't tell the difference between a shop to a homestead. Nothing's very clearly marked. Everything is dirty. You don't see anything that strike you as a tavern.
This makes me extremely angry. And I yell at the woman. I'm like, people are carrying squirrels. There is no ale. What kind of a town is this? I demand to know.
Oh, this is just Dewhurst. I don't understand. And she kind of looks to the other two of you and goes like with an expression of what's wrong with her. And she's, I'm sorry. I really must be going.
So I tap Fios with my tail.
What? What do you want? What could you
Fios.
possibly want in this town that has nothing except squirrels?
What I want is to get paid so we can buy ale. And the quickest way to do that is to talk to S-Dude over there. And
I pull out my water skin filled with ale and angrily take a sip.
You have ale on you the whole time.
I did. I wanted more because I'm gonna use this. I needed more.
Fios just kind of like use an eyebrow and be like, you know you're supposed to feel water with that, correct?
I have never heard that before in my life.
If I had pupils, I would roll them.
That's fair.
the tiefling issue, you know.
Hashtag.
No pupils to roll. All right, so you guys head in the direction of the town elder.
I believe so. Yeah, we're gonna head towards the big house, so to speak.
Okay,
It's gonna be like the
you
guy
see
from
some
The Hobbit. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now.
Which guy from The Hobbit?
The guy who was like what they call
one
him?
of those characters.
I don't know.
Look like
I don't
the
know.
asshole
One of those
guy in charge
characters
of the
from The
town in The Hobbit.
Oh yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting here.
Anyway, go on. It's not important. Let's go.
You guys head in that direction, and it is kind of it's not a large town, but this kind of small cluster of buildings is kind of located towards the other side. As you start moving in that direction, you notice that the commotion in the town seems to pick up. People are coming out of their homesteads and coming into the street. At first, you get like the weird impression of like, shit, are we drawing attention to ourselves? And then you realize what they are actually paying attention to. There seems to be a figure walking into town from the forest side. Tall, lengthy, draped in cloaks made of furs and ivy. As they approach, you see it appears to be a man. He looks human-ish, but you can definitely see the elven blood in him as he gets closer. He walks with a large, gnarled, knotted staff, and you see scurrying along behind him is probably about a dozen creatures, woodland critters of various varieties. squirrels, raccoons. There's a possum.
I say to my
a rabbit. You know,
is there an Almirage?
there is not an Almirage.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know, an Almirage is like a giant unicorn bunny.
It's so cute. I say to my companions, I say, I didn't sign up to do this fairy princess shit.
Calm,
Let the children
Fias.
of the town be eaten.
Calm. We will get our gold and we will be gone.
And what you notice is, as this man walks through the town, he's being approached by, as people are coming out to watch, a handful of them are approaching him. And as they do, he stops, and you're close enough to see, a woman runs up to him. She's probably like in her early to mid 20s. And she runs up and she has this kind of like desperate look on her face. And he looks at her, nods, and turns and says, Celine. And one of the animals that scurries up, and the woman like makes this like gasp like look and scoops up this tiny rabbit and kind of holds it close to her chest. And then you see tears streaming down her face, and she goes, thank you. And then she runs off into her home.
Do you think that she'll eat it? Is that why she's so excited? I've only had rabbit a few times. I didn't think it was that good.
I believe the animal. Is it her child?
Another person approaches this like half-elven druid type character, and it's a man this time, and he approaches and he kind of has like this stern kind of look on his face, and the druid looks at him and gives a solemn nod and turns and says, Orlena. And the man kind of like, you can see him like choking back tears from his masculinity, and he stoops down and picks up a raccoon and gives the druid like a curt nod and walks back and enters another town. You see the people who are standing around looking on like seem to have like looks of like relief and like gratitude on their faces. You see this happen another more times, and then a woman runs up to him and she has like the same demeanor basically, and the druid looks at her, he looks down, and then shakes his head, and then she just collapses into tears.
Harsh.
And then he pats her on the shoulder, and then continues walking.
So is he just like going back into the woods?
No, he's continuing into town, and as he does so, you see like one by one the handful of creatures that were kind of like moving along with him in his wake seem to be or leaving with each or like getting paired up with a specific townsperson and leaving them.
So I'm going to approach the sobbing woman on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I will first attempt to console her by placing a red clammy hand on her back. Be like, you know, there.
So this
There.
this red-skinned pupilless being.
Yep. Saying, excuse me, miss. I am an outsider here. I am unfamiliar with what's going on. Could you enlighten me?
She kind of looks up and she kind of gasps slightly at your appearance. Make a persuasion check.
Fair enough.
Because your visage is off-putting, but your demeanor may counteract it.
That's pretty good.
14.
Let me know. 14? All right. Since it rolled off of
It's behind Tom's.
Yeah, it rolled off
picture
camera
me.
for me. I don't know if I can bring it on.
So yeah, just go ahead and say what the roll is. Anyway, for both me and the audience. But all three of them, by the way, thank you, the three of you. But anyway, so yeah, she's taken aback by your visage, but she goes, it's my she's like sobbing, trying to get the words out.
I pull out a handkerchief from my pocket and hand it to her.
She takes it and she blows her nose. She says, it's my Randall. He vanished in the forest. They say he wandered to the swamps beyond, and he never returned. He has yet to. She kind of looks away from you.
My dear, I hope, hang on to the handkerchief. I am sorry for your loss. And I stand up, perplexed by the concept that she is sad that there is not a squirrel or a raccoon named
I'm right there with you.
And
What's wrong with these people?
He just looks confused, but doesn't want to pressure this poor woman who is clearly sobbing and lost something.
Yeah.
And approach back and share what I just discussed with our Shadaman and Fios.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are we kind of in like a huddle scenario here where other people aren't overhearing us?
Yeah, and actually, as this druid type character moves away from you, the crowd kind of moves with him.
Okay.
And you guys kind of stand in the sun silence, the three of you on the road by yourself.
Okay.
I turn to them, like my companions here, and I say, I believe that the logic leads us to only one conclusion. There are children disappearing.
We should go get her.
Oh, I'm ready to hear this.
There are children disappearing. They are celebrating the arrival of these animals. They believe these animals are their children.
I tell you what, you got there quicker than I ever would.
It is simple deduction.
Dead.
However, I doubt this is the case. I believe this half-elf is a trickster playing off their fears. These are ordinary animals. He is bonding to them somehow. He has probably eaten the children.
That makes
So let's go kill him.
that makes sense to me, our Shadaman. Now we're
I'm pulling out. I don't know what I have. I have a warhammer. I pull out my warhammer.
Hey, Warhammer
Like, let's
buddies.
go.
I summon my Warhammer from thin air.
Ooh,
And
no,
I-
actually, I have a great axe, and that does more damage, so I pull out my great axe.
I try
Oh yeah, you're Pact of the
both of
Blade
them.
warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pull out my great axe, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
I
Get going.
put my hands out to our
Wait,
Shadaman
wait.
fast. I was like, whoa, whoa.
It's
whoa.
like, I hold out my hand, and then whoop, and the spoon is a hammer.
I'm like, guys, we are strangers in the land here. They will pick us apart if we kill their godlike entity just on mere assumptions. We need proof.
Fine. I dismiss my hammer. And it fades back into
We
mist.
can go find some. We can go find some animals in the woods and be like, look, they're creatures.
See, I feel...
And then we kill, and then we kill the animals that they have to make our point.
Perhaps we should speak to the man who offers to pay us.
Yes, let's start with him, and then we'll see what happens.
As often as I favor bold, decisive action, at times discretion is the path of wisdom.
Indeed.
I begrudgingly put away my great axe.
I breathe a sigh of relief.
All right, so we go to the guy with the big Estor thing.
Sure.
Now we're
Yeah, you-
into the stream and we finally talk to the NPC we need to talk to.
Yeah.
I expected no less.
We did roleplay almost
Hey,
murdering
this
someone.
is just like. That's true.
I was like, all right, stream over.
Hey, this is no different than any of our home games. We're just sticking a camera in the room.
Yep. When have we ever made a bad decision in a home game? Never.
Not even once.
All right.
Simba.
So you head to
My
the
cat
center.
just stole my
of the,
pen.
You head to the center of the
No.
and you do see
Simba,
one of the
give
larger,
it back.
He literally just grabbed it and ran away with it.
Tanner, go ahead and let Tanner know to refresh
Okay,
for me.
I got it
because
back.
I lost him.
Hey,
Oh,
Tanner, you gotta
you're gonna wanna
refresh.
Sorry.
Simba stole his pen.
Since you're clearly reacting to a thing that I can't hear.
Ah,
We're reacting to cats.
yeah.
Okay, wait, a lady came down at some point, but I think she dodged the camera.
Damn it, lady.
Disappointing.
But anyway, so, yeah, so you head to the center of town, and one of the larger buildings, and you do see that there's not a whole lot of decoration or fanfare or anything to it, but there is a large S carved in the door that you imagine stands for his surname of Sharkat.
I guess I knock on the door.
You knock. There's a few moments pass, and eventually the door creaks open, and you do see an older man standing there. He's dressed not necessarily nicer than the others, but definitely in clothes that are simple but less worn. He's probably in his 60s, probably mid to late 60s. He was, yes, can I help you?
What is the guy's name?
We
I'm
are
looking
here
for?
to answer.
You go, Tanner. Go.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Shardaman. We are here inquiring about the job you've posted in various towns.
Oh, yes. Yes, there are grave things happening in our small town of Dewhurst, I fear.
I can see that.
If there's anything that you can do to help, I have collected a fair sum, I believe.
May we hear more about this job?
Yes, here, come in.
Thank you.
And he beckons you forward.
All right.
The building, once you go inside, it seems to be like a relatively simple homestead, though well bigger than the others that you've seen. You haven't seen the interior of those, but you can only imagine that they couldn't be more than 1 or 2 rooms. This one, however, seems to be about maybe 4 or 5. It's still 1 story, but the ceilings are a little bit higher, and it seems to be at least modestly furnished. And he leads you into a room where there's like a pretty moderately large-sized table with some chairs. They're rather mismatched, and he beckons for you to sit, and he takes a seat at the head of the table himself.
No, Simba.
Oh, and please help yourself to something to drink. And he kind of gestures over to there's like a small table off to the side where you can see that there's like a large or like 2 large like decanters and several like dusty looking iron cups.
Yes. What's in the decanters? What does it look like? What color is it?
They're not clear. Like you can't tell.
Oh, okay.
They're made out of like I think they'd be clay.
All right, I go over and I start sniffing around.
One of them smells like a sweet wine.
Gross.
The other one is
Put it
giving off
back.
like a rich honey smell.
So like mead.
Yeah, it's like a mead.
All right. All right. This is the best we got. I take a mug of it.
Sure.
That's what I'm doing. Well, whatever they're doing, I'm just down in some mead.
Yeah. So anyway, he sits there and he goes, the children of our town have been going missing for about a month now. A local druid, he resides in the nearby wood. He believes that they are wandering too close to a source of magical energy. It is transforming them into creatures, woodland animals. He's been taking it upon himself to collect the animals, using his attunement with nature to identify them and return them, albeit changed, to their families. He doesn't have a method of curing them, but he can at least reunite them to provide some form of closure.
And why is it these children are wandering through the forest?
I'm not sure. Something is clearly calling them. Not just the forest, but the swamp that lies beyond it.
Have you attempted chaining them to their beds?
That would be cruel. Why would you do such a thing?
I come
Cooler
back
than
with an
allowing them.
armful.
He visibly has the expression of, oh God, I asked the wrong people to help.
I come back with like my arms like this, holding however many mugs there were, and I place them down at the table in front of me. And I say that's not cruel at all. Our father would punish us for far smaller if we were going to be Well, first of all, we wouldn't have been stolen, but if we would have, he would have just chained us out in the yard where he could have seen us.
Well, if I ever have the mispleasure of meeting your father, I will have more than a few words to say to him.
Spirit's eyes.
Do not
saucers
talk about my father in such a disrespectful way. He is a great dwarf.
And this is the part where we realize that Spirit is the babysitter of the group.
Yeah.
If I may ask, is the druid the only magic user in this town?
Yes, as far as I know. And I know everyone here. Unless anyone has any sort of deep-seated secrets that they've been hiding for quite some time.
They all do.
So
what does he get for the return of the children?
He has asked nothing.
Cover.
It still seems like a scam to me. How do you know that these are the children? Do they respond to anything, or is this just a wild assumption that because someone likes to live in the woods, they know things?
According to Corvalar, who is the druid, he says that the personality of the children seems to remain intact. Well,
so you're asking the scammer if it's a scam? We could make more gold in this town from more than simply this.
So, Mr. Shardamon.
Yes.
I am leading to assume there is no...
It's Shawcock.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
That'd actually be my character name, which is great.
Yeah.
Who are you people?
Bad at
everyone choose such confusing names.
I apologize. Profusely, I am sorry, sir. But there's no clerics or priests in this town. It's just the druid.
Yes. The only clergymen that we have are acolytes that have volunteered to come out from their tutoring under more prestigious clerics. And we only have the one. His name is Jarman.
Jarman?
Jarman, yes. He is an upcoming worshipper of Pelu.
So, what actions have you taken thus far to protect the children of the town?
The druid's name is Corvalar. He's been a resident of the surrounding forest from long before Dewhurst was even founded.
Nick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Could you repeat that last bit? I heard Corvalar and then...
Yes. Corvalar. He is the druid. He was a resident of the nearby woods near this town before Dewhurst was even founded.
Thank you.
What actions have you taken thus far to secure the children?
Well, of the children that remain, we have provided a strict curfew, and we have asked the parents of the children to not let them wander beyond their sight. However, that has still proven to be challenging, as the minute even the most diligent of parents raises their has a lapse in their attention for, as fleeting as it might be, the child has a way of wandering off at those times.
I have one further question before we carry out this investigation. I don't know about my associates here, but I met a woman outside who said that her son Russell did not return. So, are some of these children just being lost to this entity, or it doesn't seem... It seems odd that some would become animals and some would disappear.
Yes, that would be Nada. Her son has been missing for some time. Not all of them return right away. Some wait for some time. Others are found rather quickly.
Okay.
According to Corvalar, he finds them as best he can, but some prove harder to track than others. Sorting them from the mundane creatures of the forest is also a process.
What defenses does this town have?
Unfortunately, not many. We don't have very many resources. Not anymore. The town was originally founded near the local bluffs, who provide once was a rich vein of residuum, naturally occurring, where we strip mined it for as much as we could, but the vein has long since run dry. Miners still scrape some here and there, but the income is not enough to keep the town as sustained as many would like.
Then why not simply move?
Because we no longer have the resources to even try. Most of our food sources are perishable. Most of the other supplies we have to trade away to get the supplies we need. And we're so far remote that many of us wouldn't be able to make the trek to the nearest closest settlement.
May I make a let's see here, a nature check to see if I know of anything in nature that could potentially lure children into...
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Into location X. That is a 9.
A 9.
It was meant to be a +3, not a +4. I clicked one too many. All right. Probably wouldn't know much from that shit.
Yeah, you're not really sure. It could be anything from just a particularly abundance of normal woodland creatures that children might find fascinating and would follow off into the woods. Hey, look, a deer.
I'm gonna do this.
Children, right? Or, I mean, it could be anything up to fey creatures that try and lure people, or even such things as will-o-wisps who are known for doing such things. Beyond that, you're not really know. Other than the fact that it could be a lot of things. You really don't know.
Got it.
I'm gonna make an attempt as well.
Okay, go ahead.
No, that's a 3.
Yeah.
Man.
And I'm going to take an Arcana, if that's all right.
Ooh.
Yeah, go ahead. Just to see like any kind of magic.
Yeah, I was about to ask him, actually.
Hey!
Look at you.
Nice.
23.
Yeah, you definitely know. You definitely know that there are mind-altering magics that could influence children. Anything from something as simple as like a friend's spell could entice a child who's already, rather trusting.
Mm-hmm.
And even such a spell that would make the target aware that you cast a spell on them, the significance of that may be lost on a child anyway. So,
Of course.
you would think that like magic such as that, suggestion, or any of those other mind-altering magics could easily do something like that. Or it could just be something as simple as some other type of attraction magic. Yes, there is magic that can do that.
Yeah.
If you'll excuse me for a second, I'm going to step out
Okay.
and collect my thoughts. So I step out of the room for a bit so I can feed my.
Yes, of course.
All right.
So, I don't know if this situation is as dire as I believe it is, but I don't trust Corvalar.
That's a druid.
Yeah. I
Okay.
do not trust him.
I don't
Really
either.
care. Besides that, he's a half-breed.
That got weird.
Yeah.
Now I feel like
Just
an asshole.
Slipped that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Like, oh, you were
Well-
so close.
Okay, we're going down. Okay, so I simply respond, I did not trust him either. My belief is that he is killing the children, possibly eating them, and then simply returning random woodland creatures, which he bonds to parents with magic.
That makes sense to me. What we could do is we could kill the druid. Well, we have a couple options. We could simply kill the druid and sell animals to people for profit. We could kill the
This is
druid.
a very evil party.
No, this is yeah, accidentally.
A very practical
Acci-
party.
Accidentally evil.
Yeah. We
The
could-
one with infernal blood is the least evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was only my first plan, though.
In
My
fairness, I am not
second plan-
advocating these plans.
I am simply brainstorming for all of our benefits. So we could do that. We could simply kill the druid and collect the generous reward. Actually, after I'm done saying all of our plans, I want to see this gold. I want to make sure before we take action that this is legitimate.
Yes. How does
Um,
a village in such distress come across 10,000 gold
Offer
pieces?
10,000 gold. That is my biggest question. If you do not have the resources to simply travel to the nearest town, how can you offer 10,000 gold? Are you hoarding this money for yourself?
I walk back into the room at this conversation.
Yeah, he says, I must apologize. I
This
do
motherfucker.
promise to pay you, but I feared that if I did not make the reward a substantial sum, no one would come to our aid. I have collected an amount of 450 gold pieces. It's as much as I can scrap together. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I did not know what else to do. My past postings went ignored. I hope you can come to forgive me.
450 gold pieces is no small chunk of change, though.
To simply kill a druid, 450 gold pieces would have been sufficient, but now I feel as though I am missing. What is it? 100 extra gold
Kill the
pieces?
druid. I don't trust the druid, but I can't be for certain. He's behind such things. I don't want to see him murder. This isn't a hit. That's not what I hired you for.
Fios.
You didn't
may I
hire us at
least
all.
speak to the druid?
No. To
I'm
hired
hiring
would
you
imply that
for-
we would be paid, and apparently we are not being paid what we
I
agreed
am-
upon.
I am going to pay you. I regretfully can't pay you what I promised.
What you seem to have done here is hired people who are very good at killing and fighting and lied to them, which is an ill-advised decision.
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Well, Spirit is over here just be like, oh dear Jesus, this is why I don't leave rooms.
Yeah, no. The conversation went from like a 6 to an 11.
Okay, that's a 16.
He kind of like shrinks in his chair, and he goes, yes, I suppose that was ill-advised. I'm sorry. I would hope that you can forgive my deception.
Can we all relax here for just a second? Sir,
Yes.
if I may. 450 gold pieces is still a decent sum of money. Not nearly as much as 10,000. But let me ask, if you were to talk to the other people among town, could you scrape together an extra, say, 100 gold pieces? For the collected return of all of their children? Or at least their avenging?
The 450 that I have collected is already me petitioning them for whatever they could provide. The trouble is that many of them take Corvallar's word as he speaks it. And they believe him when he says that their children cannot be changed back, and have accepted that being reunited with them, even if it is in this new form, is as much of a consolation as they will receive. They have no reason to distrust the man. He's offering them hope where there otherwise would be none.
So it seems that our plan of just simply selling creatures that we find in the forest wouldn't pay off anyway. And then we also don't get to kill anyone.
Yeah.
May I?
So we might as well kill someone and get something, even if it is only about 16 gold a person.
So, but first, may we at least see if this guy is actually guilty?
We will find out if he is guilty. We will not punish
Thank
those who are not deserving of it. And then I turn to
Alright.
the man, and I say, you, sir, will face punishment for dealing with us dishonestly. But not today.
Thank you. And I will willingly make amends however you see fit. But
You
please,
have broken
Please
the
look
law,
into this man.
and you have broken your oath. But you have done so for reasons of honor. And for that, I will respect your sacrifice.
It's funny. It's funny. Your two characters are two completely different kinds of extreme. It's great.
So, ow.
So anyway, yeah, he says, yes, if you can find out what is really going on, and if you can find if these creatures are really what Corvallar says they are, if you can find a way to restore them, one way or another, a solution, closure to this problem is what I seek. And what I would gladly
That
pay
may
you
be
what I can.
beyond our abilities.
But we will seek it.
We could.
We will at least do our best.
That's all that I ask of you. You're the
Thank
only
you
ones
for
who
your
have
time.
come to help. I will accept any help that you can provide.
I nod to the man and walk out.
I do as well.
Where do you suggest we start looking? I say to our Shadowman as we exit.
I say, I believe we should speak with the half-elf.
Did you also feel weird in there when he called him, what was it, a half-breed or something? That made me feel very weird.
I look up and it's like, he called him a half-breed.
He did.
Called me a half-breed?
No, not you, the druid.
So well, he is half elf, I suppose. Maybe. If you all talk to the halfling, right? I would like to talk to this Corvalar and see what he has to say for himself.
That's who we're talking to, I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's who we're going to go.
Is the half elf druid.
The half elf.
I thought you said halfling, and I was like, I don't know.
No, that's why he just like slipped in there, calling him like a half breed or something, and it was really weird, and that's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that got.
Yeah.
That was
So
the place I
the
didn't
guy we were talking
expect.
to is just human, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And as has been pretty much every other townsfolk you've seen.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Okay.
Quickly realize that I am the good cop and they are the bad cop and the righteously bad cop.
Hey, I told him I wouldn't punish him yet.
I'm just the aggro cop. That's what I.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go and we search for the druid. I look for animal droppings and I follow them to the druid.
Make a survival check, if that's what you're doing.
Shit.
I just asked some townspeople I can find. Do you know where I can find Corvalar at this time?
This is more fun.
Oh,
it's another 4. What the hell?
You find no sign of animal droppings. Well, actually, you know what you do? You totally do. And you follow him and you find a little bit more. And it leads you into an alleyway, and a cat jumps out at you from a nearby pile of refuse.
I try to catch it because it's one of the children. So I found one of the children.
Bigger fish to fry.
Make a dexterity check.
Okay. This one shot is not going well. It's a dexterity check?
Yes.
Okay. Another 3. What the hell?
The cat leaps out of your way. You don't even come close to it. It leaps out of your way and gets about like 10, 15 feet away, turns, arches its back and hisses at you, and then darts around the corner.
I try to find some townspeople and just ask, do you know where Corvalar is at the moment?
Oh, yes, Corvalar. He's going to be, he lives in his hut. It's located probably about a 3-hour walk into town, or into the forest, rather. In the direction of the foothills, near the edge, in fact.
I thought to myself, it's like, I think I could lap your entire town, and it's not going to take me 3 hours.
Yes, Corvalar resides outside the fortress.
Okay. I said that to myself, but anyway, let's I go back to our Chardamon and Fios and be like, so shall we go to his house where he is currently residing?
I suppose we could try that method.
Let us begin our
Look
journey.
on the right side, Fios. If we kill him out there, there's no witnesses.
I would rather witnesses see my glorious skill in battle. Put fear into the heart of these townspeople and perhaps get more for our reward.
The purpose of destroying is so that others can see it destroyed and feel fear in their hearts.
Excuse me, spirit. It is.
How are we not
hanged.
real yet?
Spirit. I put a finger to your lips. I say, it is hanged. I
Excuse me. I'd rather not be hanged.
There you go.
How are we not in prison yet? Oh, fuck it. Let's just get to the house.
That is the one thing that Fios knows, and she's gonna use it whenever possible.
Excuse me. I am so sorry. Hey.
All right, we begin our march into the woods.
I grumble about only getting 275 gold for this mission as we go.
So, You head in the directions that you were given. There is a bit of a. There's not much of a path, but it's enough that like the ground isn't beaten, but it is bereft of foliage enough that you can follow it. Just from the underbrush being just stamped out from the occasional pretty frequent passage of people. You walk for a good amount of time, and eventually, actually, you know what? Spirit, you notice movement in the branches off to your left as you're walking.
May I make a perception check to see if I notice the exact extent of what's in those branches?
Yep, go ahead.
Ooh, that's good.
All right, 22.
Yeah, it looks like a tiny creature, probably about like 12 or 14 inches tall. It kind of has large, like ovoid shaped ears that stick out amongst its head, and leathery wings. And it has like a wide, lopsided face with yellow eyes. And as soon as you turn and look, it makes a sound and leaps from the bench, and you see the wings as it flies away in the direction of in the loose direction you guys were going to. Not knowledge nature, but you can certainly make a knowledge arcana.
Did I get a good enough look at it?
Make a perception check with disadvantage, since it's kind of like you based off of his reaction to even look.
I'll do the same.
So I get a 5 on my perception.
Yeah, you don't even see it.
Oh, I get.
I
Wait,
rolled,
that's +1, so I get a 12.
Okay.
I rolled
yeah.
a 17 on what it was.
Ashardamon, you turn and look, and you think you look too low or something. You don't even see anything.
I just hear.
You look in time to see movement. Yeah, it's just like a kind of real faint off in the distance as it flies away. It's like more of like a yelp than anything.
Yeah.
Fios, you turn and look just to see like the faint silhouette of like flapping wings flying out of your range of view.
I say to Spirit, was it a bat? Was it another one of the children?
Spirit,
Yes.
you said you got a 17 to identify it?
Correct.
You're pretty sure it was homunculus.
Yep. I look to the other two and say, have yourselves ready. This guy's going to know that we're coming.
It's a humongulous.
Dude,
I pull out my great axe. Yeah, pull out my great axe and prepare to attack anything that comes near me.
Is there a roll I could make to see if like druids would typically have homunculi on them, or use them?
Yeah, or well, you would know with your 17 that generally no.
Yeah, that seems odd. So I'm at least going to have my dagger hidden nicely in my cloak.
Yeah, homunculi are created usually out of like an arcane magic. Definitely not like the like nature magic that druids use.
Yeah, but
so it's either going to be like an arcane caster or some other weird like kind of ritual to create such a thing.
The mere concept of a homunculus is like against nature, so
yeah,
I'm already very suspicious of this guy. If this is his homunculus.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at least going to keep going towards the shack, but prepare.
Yeah, I will.
If it's,
I will summon.
Sturgeon.
Yeah, I will summon Soulbreaker and have it ready in my hands.
Got my axe. Let's follow it.
Alrighty.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Yeah.
Go ahead
Run through the
and
forest.
go ahead and make a survival check. Since you do have to kind of like leave the path to follow this thing. Someone, whoever would like to lead can make a survival
Someone
check.
who's not me.
It's not me, because I'd be the guy who'd be like, no, it's not. Let's stick to the path and go to the dude.
All right, it's Fios is by process of elimination.
Fios. No.
Fios, why? Son of a fuck. Why? I can't
Fios.
do anything. Oh man, this sucks.
So
she
anyway,
just like she doesn't even get off the path. She just trips immediately on the brush and
yeah,
just...
no, you didn't get that good of a look at it anyway. You just saw basically the flapping of wings going off, and it was not in the direction you thought it was.
Oh man.
So you don't even get a good lead on it to even start. Like Fios just goes, "I'll lead."
Okay.
Yeah, really.
Well, I guess
did it.
plan B is just keep going in the direction we were headed already.
Yeah, we have nothing else we can do.
Yeah. Say, we still must speak with Corvalar. I just started walking that way.
Yeah. I begrudgingly follow.
All right. Yeah, you continue to follow the path, and it does kind of like slope down the hill and through the wooded forest. Kind of curves off slightly in one direction, kind of winding around, hugging the hillsides that do begin to grow. Like as you trek through the woods, the terrain does get a little bit more hilly, still forested, but hilly nonetheless. And then it's about when the forest begins to thin. Words are hard. Begins to thin. That you can just make out on the very edge of where the forest stops and the hilly kind of mountainside of the bluffs begin. A small, like, ramshackle shack.
A ram shackle shack.
Boo.
You said
Make
it.
a wisdom saving throw. I know.
I faded out there for a second. What happened?
We came across a shack
Nothing.
in the woods.
Nothing of any.
4, by the way.
You take 1 psychic damage. No, I'm joking. Don't do that.
As Fios is going to just be in the background for a second as we go up to the door and stuff. I'll be right back.
Guess I'll be Arshadaman. Do you want to do the thing, or you want me to?
I think Ashardamon will let Spirit take the reins because he is a little bit too itchy on his Warhammer finger.
Open the door, just Thors him. All right. So I kindly knock on the door.
Okay. You hear like a shuffle of movement on the inside. There's like half a moment, and then you hear a voice say, "One moment." Another moment passes, and the door creaks open, and you see the half-elven gentleman. He's dressed in very naturalistic clothing, like a thin hide tunic. He's not wearing like the long like cloak that seemed to be made of furs and ivy and such. But otherwise, he is he's dressed very minimalistically, very naturalistically. He has blonde hair that almost turns green as it reaches the tips, and he kind of stands there with an inquisitive look on his face and goes, "Can I help you?"
Yes. Hello, my name is Spirit, and this is Arshadaman and Fios. We were interested in this slew of missing children that have happened recently, and the people in town said you're the person to talk to.
Yes. It's a pleasure to meet you, first of all. My name is Corvallar. It's such a tragedy what's been happening in the town. And it is a great shame that I cannot find the means to reverse the effects.
Truly is. From what we could hear in town, we've... Oh, sorry, I've lost you, Nick.
Did you have anything you needed to ask?
Tanner said he lost you. He's coming back.
Yeah, I'm
He's
back.
getting
I'm
there.
sorry.
Okay.
All right. Or your reputation precedes you, but all we've heard is hearsay. We would just kind of like to hear from your words what's going on in town.
Yes. I've noticed a strange disturbance in the wilderness to the north of here. Through the forest and into the swamps. A presence that is unnatural to this world. A presence that draws the innocent into its grasp and warps their existence into something that is natural, in a strange juxtaposition of reality. I don't fully understand it, but I've been trying to, in hopes
Why
of
should
finding a reversal.
Why should we believe you?
Why, of what reason would I have to lie?
You could be getting some sort of benefit from this. You could be building to a greater purpose. You could be explaining the disappearances of the children by returning said children, when really it is you who is taking them.
And
I
eating
am
them.
returning the children. Why would
What
I
my
eat-
friend said.
Why would I eat children? I don't even eat meat.
Children are not meat.
Yes, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Any vegetarian knows that.
In Lent, no meat. Children all the way. Fridays.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Easter is. You
This
lure
got-
the children
this
in
got
with brightly
dark
colored eggs and eat them.
Fast.
Excuse, we're just trying to get to the bottom of how these children are disappearing and whatnot, just as much as you are. Is there any information that you could share with us that could help us in stopping whatever it is that's taking these children and turning them into squirrels, raccoons, and other woodland critters?
Have you seen this process happen?
No, I have not. It almost specifically happens outside of the encephalitis.
Then how do you know that these creatures are the children?
It's only what I've been able to deduce of them. My attunement with nature tells me that they are not naturally the creatures that they currently inhabit in form.
Do something magic right now.
I'm sorry?
Do something magic. If you can do magic, then do something magic.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I'm like kind of not believing this guy.
He's like, well, I only had the fighting spells prepared.
Shit. All right.
You could use do magic too. Very little, but
He kind of he's like, I don't see the need that I would have to prove my capabilities to you. But
Insight check.
if I must, I will.
Okay. All right.
And he kind of waves his hand, and the air kind of swirls, and like fog begins to out from his hand, enveloping everyone standing here, the whole hut and everything. And then with another flick of his wrist, it very quickly diminishes.
All right. Okay, maybe he is magical.
so
Mr. Villar. Oh, no, I lost
Tanner,
Nick.
did we lose you?
I'm still hearing Tanner.
I lost Fiona too.
Yeah, I think I did too.
Okay. I'm back. I think
Fiona,
So,
Tanner.
Mr.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, we're good. I think.
All right.
Probably.
Villar,
All right, we're all good. Great. Yeah, we're good. Sweet.
I have no doubt that you are of a magic user, but I had another question if you don't mind answering.
Of
Do you know
course.
of any other magic users in this forest besides the present company?
Not that I'm aware of. No individual, anyway. The effect that I believe is responsible for the children's disappearances is of some supernatural origin that may be related to a rift in the plains. I don't know. I haven't been able to locate its exact source. I can only know that its effect is to turn those who are foolish enough to wander too close to it into another creature. This could be the trickery of Fae, or it could be something more sinister. I have not been able to identify the origin, but I continue to work at it.
If I may, sir, I saw your homunculus in the woods, and I was kind of curious what they were doing scouting about. And on that, I want to make an insight check to see his reaction.
Yeah, he kind of like cocks an eyebrow. I'm sorry. Go ahead and make your insight check.
Nice.
20.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
This guy asking the good questions.
Yeah, he is full of shit.
Your
sorry, I don't
homunculus.
know anything.
Damn it, I lost Nick.
My
Hold
what?
on. Damn it.
I think Tanner lost you, Nick.
Tanner,
Alright.
I lost you.
Yeah.
Refresh Tanner, please.
He's doing
Thank
it.
you.
There he goes.
So wait,
I'm back.
I'm sorry. My what?
Your homunculus. I saw an homunculus heading off towards the woods, and I was wondering, it seems very odd for a druid to have an homunculus, considering that homunculi are against nature. And if you are the only magic user in the wood besides the present company of us three, it seems very odd that an homunculus would be out there. And last I checked, I don't believe that fey creatures also use homunculi. It typically is an arcane person of arcane art, such as a wizard or a sorcerer.
With hearing that, I am going to try to intimidate the druid, and I'm gonna like grab him and like pull him close and be like, "Tell us what you know."
Yeah, at this point now, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
now it's time to play good cop bad.
Now it's
Alright.
time to threaten bodily harm. Oh gosh.
So
what did I just
where did you, Fios? What did you say? You're going to get right up in his face?
Yeah, I'm gonna get right up in his face and try to intimidate him into telling us what he knows by telling him to tell us what he knows. If this is another one, I'm gonna be pissed. All right, that's a
So-
14.
As soon as you step up in his face,
He's gonna try to hit me. I'm gonna be so mad.
does a 17 hit you?
It just barely hits me. Oh my god,
Okay.
I hate this guy.
So,
I knew it. He's eating them.
so standing in the doorway of his hut, you like step up like with your hammer in hand, and his face shifts from like a confused bewilderment to a sinister smile, and he lashes out with you and grasps you with his arms. You take 36 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, 36.
36.
What?
And you are grappled.
Oh my god, he took away more than half my hit points.
That would have killed me or floored me at least. Jesus.
Yeah.
And everybody roll for initiative.
Oh,
While you do that,
son of a crap.
18 for me.
17.
18.
Okay, so we have pretty good initiative.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty on point.
18 and 2 17s? That,
No, 2
pretty
18s
good
and
initiative.
17.
2 18s. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
All right, let me do some drawing here.
This is where the good rolls are. It's initiative, the thing that doesn't
Yeah.
even matter.
Initiative is awesome. Don't give initiative shit. If you can kill an enemy before he gets to act, it's great.
Yeah. That's what rogues are for. That's not what I'm for. I'm just for smashing as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Actually, just for funsies, I'm drawing things, but I'm going to pull you guys over here so you can watch me draw things.
Oh
Whoa.
boy.
Sometimes.
Why does it look like
So,
a shitty
I
Kirby?
What?
Oh my god, it does.
You want
Looks
a
like
shitty
Kirby
Kirby.
like trying to like suck every like
Yeah.
I have a question real quick. I had a question, Nick. I want to see if
Yes.
it's justifiable. If not, I totally understand. I hid my dagger in my cloak earlier, as I said. Could I justify a sneak attack while he's bear hugging Fiona?
Sure. Let's find out with a retroactive sleight of hand check.
All right, fair enough. Let's see here.
So while he's rolling, when it says I reroll 1s and 2s, do I just like reroll that forever, or is it only the first time for Great Weapon Master?
Hmm? That's like,
No, it's I think it's for all damage.
yeah.
And actually, I drew this on the wrong layer. So.
Damn
Oh, it's on damage.
Yeah, it's on
Oh, I
damage.
was reading.
You
Okay,
run,
gotcha.
if
Well,
I
that-
remember
That's
correctly.
pretty cool. That's pretty
It's
cool.
really nice, yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Pretty smashy smash.
Let me draw on the maps and background layer.
Oh.
All right, so here's the door of the hut.
And there's Pizza the Hut.
Dora the Hut. Dora
Yeah.
the Hut is like
Get out,
Jabba
Tom.
the Hut, but it's Dora the Explorer.
That's a crossover I don't want to see.
That's a crossover I very
These
much
are
want to see.
windows. There's the
while you
bed
were
over
silent, I will
here.
go back.
That doesn't look like windows. Be better, Nicholas.
I'm a professional artist, maybe.
Here are my lines.
There's a table here. There's other stuff. And then outside, this is the hut itself is built like on a hillside, which begins to slope
Mhm.
upward. And it is steep enough that the area in here is considered rough terrain. So it'll be half movement to
okay.
climb. Actually, we're only going to say it's going to be half movement to go this way.
Okay.
Because that's
And full
uphill.
movement going down, yeah.
And it's normal movement to go down. Because that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right, so then we have trees and some bushes because there's a rogue in the party. All right. Now,
So we are inside the hut, or are we outside?
kind of like in the doorway.
Okay.
So, we're going to do... I'm just going to draw tokens because I don't feel like doing anything else. Although I do think it needs to be a single object.
Impressive.
And then this is the part where I remind myself how to use Roll 20 because all right, I'm trying to draw the tokens in the color of your guys' current set colors.
Mine is pink.
I noticed. And this is not going to be where you guys are at, but that is going to be where I drew them. And we can move them around. Look at my squiggles.
They're so
They're
good.
You got them
amazing.
swigs going.
Where am I?
You are this one.
Which one?
Is it hard to see on the thing?
I have to zoom in kind of close, and then I can kind of see it.
Oh, really? I can see it
Colorblind
just fine.
All right, I'm gonna change the color then.
Yo.
Yeah, make it like a. I don't know what colors there
Is
are.
that one better?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how
That's
about
better.
I'm just gonna.
No, it's fine.
yeah.
It's fine. I can see that one.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm gonna, since they're similar colors, I'm going to make it like a different shape,
Okay.
football style. The X is the bad guy.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So now there should be a way for me to assign these to you guys. It's the token layer.
Yeah, we should discuss colors beforehand next time.
I meant to, and then it
Yeah.
kind of got lost in the
Get
shuffle.
through all the different colorblind people, see what they can see. Tom's is
All right.
another one that's like very hard to see for me for some reason. I think that mine was just too light, but Tom's is a little hard.
While Nick is working on this, can we appreciate the fact that we are a statistical improbability?
What's
what do
that?
you mean?
Isn't 75% of us colorblind, one of which is a woman?
That's true.
Yeah.
Nick is the only one. Our artist is the only one.
The graphic artist of the group is
Yeah.
not colorblind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
That's
I
probably a good
guess.
thing.
Yeah. Right. What are colors?
Yeah.
All right, so I need to figure out, because it's like I drew it as an object, but it doesn't know it's a token. So I want it to be a token.
Okay. So while Nick is figuring that out, do we want to
Oh,
talk
shit.
about the amazing things you can see on our website?
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Great.
So every week, there's this great show called Critical Role, which is way better than our show. Like, you guys would not even believe how much better it is.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Please enlighten me.
Yeah. It's this D&D game made by a bunch of nerdy-ass voice actors who have been in a bunch of really cool stuff. Like, McCree from Overwatch is the DM. And if you like anime, like the main Maka, the main character from Soul Eater, is one of the players. There's a bunch of people from like games, anime, like television shows, everything. It's really fun, but there's like over 100 episodes, so it's hard to get into. Wrong. Actually, we have recaps that you can use to get caught up, or you can just jump in, which is also a good thing because it's a lot of fun. But Tanner, do you want to talk about Crit or Miss?
Do I want to? Boy, do I. So, each week, I do a video for Project Derailed called Crit or Miss. And on Crit or Miss, I review a variety of different role-playing games, considering the fact that there are actually thousands of role-playing games
There's a
out
lot.
there. I take a look at all of them, or at least I try to, and kind of judge which ones are playable, which ones you should give a shot, and also where you could find them on the internet.
Yeah. We also have like random posts about random stuff, because the whole point in starting this website was that we like to talk and give people our opinions. So we have a lot of opinions on a lot of things. And so you can find like reviews of various things. If you like Descartes, we have a post on Descartes and Steven Universe. I recently did a post about Critical Role, actually, so if you're a Critical Role fan, we have a bunch of stuff there. It was looking at how often people swear and how often people apologize.
And
So
it's an
that-
awesome read. So
it got like really popular for some reason. That was probably the most popular post we ever put on the site. So if you want a guaranteed good post, it's called Sorry I'm an Asshole. But yeah.
okay, so I can't figure out if there's a specific way to turn the drawings into a token, and I'm sure if there's anybody watching this now or in the future that knows how Roll20 actually works, they're probably screaming at their
Please tell
monitor
us.
right now.
If they knew how
and
Roll20 works, they would have stopped watching like an hour ago.
Yeah.
They knew how Roll20 works. Please give us advice. Help us.
Help.
Yeah.
Shoot. Alrighty. So then, so what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna like communicate, and you guys let me know where you want to move, and I'll try my best to accommodate that. Since I can't figure out how to turn them into tokens and then give you control of them.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is something we'll probably figure out at some
That's
point
fine.
along the line. That's what Trainwreck is for.
Mhm.
Just figuring shit out.
Yeah.
But anyway. Let me get my initiative thing in order. Alrighty. So, Arshadaman.
Am I up first?
Yep.
Wait, I thought it was a Shardamon or Spirit because they got the same. Yeah.
I think Nick froze for me.
I'm here. You want me to go?
No, you're fine.
Yep.
Hey, we're back.
Cool. Anyway, so it is Arshadaman or Tom, whoever would like, or Arshadaman
Spirit.
Or Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Names are hard. Whoever would like to go may go.
Arshadaman, you want to go first? I can defer to you. I would like to.
Okay. I can probably swing that. I did say that I had Soulbreaker out earlier, so I do still have that. I have that summoned already.
You did.
So I have that in hand.
Yes.
So I don't wanna do that. I'm just gonna go ham here. Actually, am I positioned where I can get a good swing off on this guy without potentially injuring Fios?
Nope. He's standing in the doorway. Fios is like pretty much in the threshold. Technically, Fios is still in this square though.
Can you?
That's where. Yeah.
Can you still, like wait until after someone else's turn?
Not your whole turn, just your action. You can
Okay.
prepare an action. For
Okay, but
a
you
condition.
can't
Okay.
like wait. Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Misty Step directly behind this guy, assuming I can see, which I believe I should be able to.
Yes. Yes,
Cool.
you can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So you should be able to hold down on the map and put a pointer, like I just did. If you hold down, click and hold.
So like.
So if you do that where
there.
you want to go.
Yeah.
So you want. So you want to go there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna Misty
Right.
Step there with a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack twice with Soulbreaker. So.
Do it.
I do. First attack is a 15.
It misses.
Ah. Okay. That's why we have 2 attacks.
So you hit like as you poof behind him and you bring Soulbreaker down square in his shoulder blades. His form seems to be far more resilient than it appears.
So I'm gonna haul back and smash again. This time for a 16.
Okay. So, yeah. So you whack, and then bring it back again. And this time, you know the hit is better, but you still doesn't feel like quite enough.
Neat.
So it is Spirit's turn.
All right.
But something is definitely amiss. That's a window.
All right. Let's see. First off, may I make a Knowledge Arcana check to see what I'm staring at after I saw that attack?
Sure. I mean, the guy still looks the same.
Okay, will it do it? Well, what I'm asking, will it do any good?
It might, but it probably wouldn't be able to identify. I mean, it's like you can deduce just by seeing that something is not as it seems. You're not, like an Arcana check could probably reveal itself to possibilities, but short of actually seeing what its true form is, it would be hard to tell.
Okay, so I would like to try to stealth to the window over here.
Go ahead and make a stealth roll. You're going to move there regardless.
I am. Just a matter if he sees me.
Yep.
Ooh.
Girl.
You
Fade
fucking
out
disappeared.
of existence.
So I look into this and taking a shot would not be advisable considering I got two friends in the middle of a melee here.
So you do. It does not appear that it sees you.
Okay.
It seems to be focused on the the squirming red-haired fighter in its arms and the crazy, edgy fucking dude swinging with the hammer behind it.
All right. If I were to take out my hand crossbow,
Yes.
would I be able to would I take a disadvantage to that, shooting into this?
Okay, so there is a glass pane in the window. I would allow the shot with disadvantage. Now, it doesn't see you, so you'd have advantage. So these two shots would cancel.
So instead, what I would like to do, if I got rid of the glass pane, could I have regular attack next round?
Yes, but depending on how you got rid of the glass pane, you might lose your stealth. Now, what I'm saying is the two, like shooting through the glass pane and your stealth will cancel to give you a normal roll anyway.
Okay. So, I guess I will take this shot. So, D8. That's a 12.
So, the bolt flies through the window, shattering it. But it must have caught one of the glass shards at a funny angle, and it careens to the side and flies over his shoulder.
All right.
Alrighty, Fios.
So I'm grappled.
Yes, you can attempt to make a strength check.
Strength check.
Yes,
Okay.
however, it would be your action to do so.
That's fine. Okay, 21.
Oh yeah, you rip yourself out of its hands now, and its strength was unexpectedly strong.
Yeah.
Standing in front of you is a lanky, very light-footed looking half elf. Probably about as tall as you, but like almost like sickly thin. And that grip was intense, but you managed to wrench yourself from it.
So I'm not gonna like move away from him. I'm gonna like move into my own square, and I'm going to say, "No beat my ass," as I get my axe ready.
Hashtag no meat my ass.
Word hashtag.
Alrighty. So, you see it continue to like smirk at you, a wild look in its eye. And then its form begins to swell and grow grotesque. Sprouting from its back are what appear to be branches, antlers, and horns. Its form nearly doubles in size. Ashardamon, you're forced to backpedal.
Neat.
As the form of this half-elven druid fades away to a massive, grotesque-looking woman. Her hands and leathery skin hang down next to her sides and end in long, clawed hands. Skulls, smaller than what you would expect a human skull to be, drape around her. Her clothes, what look like a dress that seems to be made of burlap and other discarded hide and cloth, hangs loosely around, tattered. She glares at you with a crooked smile with broken teeth, her eyes glossy and white. Before you, you see an anise hag.
So she was eating them.
Fucking called it.
We were literally right.
Fucking called it.
If we would have gone with our first plan at the very beginning, we would be
Campaign
done.
over. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Great
job,
job, guys.
everyone.
The moral of the story is act impulsively.
Kill everything.
That is the takeaway.
Murder hobo.
Okay. So
Is this a large-sized creature?
it is a large-sized creature.
Okay.
So it transforms into its regular form, and it's going to make some attacks. It's going to swing one gnarled claw at Fios. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Hey guys, we're fighting female Pennywise.
I was just gonna go down immediately.
You take 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
It's going to take a swipe behind her at Ashardamon. And that's going to be a 13 to hit.
That is a hit. Or... Wait, what's my AC with Mage Armor? Because I have Mage Armor on all the time. No, that's a miss.
That should be like 15.
Okay. She glowers as you, as her claws are deflected by your shadowy aura, and then she lashes out with her broken teeth at you. That's going to be a 17.
That's a hit.
Okay. And you take 15 piercing damage as she bites down on your clavicle.
Good times.
Alrighty. So then Ashardamon or Spirit, whichever would like to go first.
See here.
Spirit, you could have if you wanted. Oh no, you hit as your bonus action to get there before. That's fine. All right. Never mind. Continue.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. What was
Don't
that
be.
conversation in Lutu?
I was gonna make a suggestion, but you did it. You did the thing. So don't worry about it.
Am I still stealth right now? I assume so, since you didn't.
No, since you attacked.
Okay. Well, let's see here.
I will allow you to duck down and use your bonus action to stealth again now.
Yes, I will do that.
Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
That's an 11.
Okay. Yeah. As you pop back out to get a look at, you're pretty sure that it sees you out of the corner of its eye. However, you do know that while you don't have advantage on the attack because it sees you, you would still get your sneak attack damage because you have allies next to it.
All right, then. Let's see if I can hit this motherfucker.
That's pretty good.
1-1.
That does hit. Roll damage.
All right. right, and I need to see, where is my lovely sneak attack? Sneak attack is 3d6. So altogether, I'm going to just do 4d6.
Yep.
Is there any other bonuses to that I'm missing right now?
It would be plus your dexterity.
That's what I thought.
modifier. Just once, though.
I had a dirt moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
Ow. So yeah, in the now cleared out window, you pop back out and it sees you out of the corner of its eye, and just as you're about to pull the trigger on the bolt, it lashes its head at you and snarls at you with its broken teeth and cloudy eyes, and you unleash the bolt and it lands right in its neck and just goes at you. And you almost feel like the warm breath and putrid smell head in your direction as it just focuses all of its hate at you, because that was a hell of a hit.
Give the middle finger, come at me, bitch.
Alrighty. So then, Arshardaman.
Alright, I am going to spend my action to cast Armor of Agathis on myself. Which
Okay.
just works. I get 15
I'm gonna nod my head
temporary...
like I know what that does.
Yeah, so I get 15 temporary HP. And
Neat.
any time a hit lands on me, whoever hits me takes 15 cold damage.
Nice.
That's legit.
Yeah.
That's your action to cast?
Yeah, it's an action to cast, so I can't do
Okay.
anything else. But it's
Would
pretty
you
good.
like to move?
No, I'm pretty sure where I am.
Alright, so you're gonna stay where you're at?
Yeah.
Cool. Fios.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So I have this neat thing called push, and it's part of my superiority dice maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ashardamon is behind this hag, would that be like I could angle the push? Or would it just be that she's like rolling over him when I pushed? Or would it be something like he could move out of the way? What's going on with that?
I would probably say, because I believe the description of push is that it's straight away from you.
You can cause one creature you hit to take superiority die extra damage, and if it is at most large size, must make a strength save or be pushed up to 15 feet. That's what it says in this app that I use.
I would say it would be 15 feet away from you.
Okay, so I would either have
So what I would rule is Ashardamon, I would give you a dexterity saving throw, and you would take which would allow you to move out of the way, or you'd get pushed out of the way and take damage.
What if she wanted to push to like this spot here? Because that would be like, it's not, I mean, she's like kind of off center.
Could I push it at an angle?
It's not really even at an angle. Like you're already like
the
off
doorway.
center a little bit. Yeah. Like you're really just pushing them back into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'd allow it.
Okay, so I can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why the fuck not?
I don't know why not.
Yep,
So-
sounds good to me.
All right. So I have 2 attacks. My first one I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that on my second one.
Mhm.
So for my first attack, I'm just going to hit her with my great axe.
Well, actually, Fiona, what you can do is you can decide to use it on a
That's
hit.
+8.
I'm fairly sure. So you don't have to, I don't think you have to declare using it until
Can
you actually
you?
score a hit. Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe I'll do it. See if my first one lands and then
Yeah.
move if I
That's the
need
usual
to.
way. It's like you just attack, and then if you land a hit and you like it.
Oh my god. Why go into the punishment bush? I hate it. Oh, I'm so mad. Okay, so I biff on my first one. Oh, I'm so angry. Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay. Yeah, no, you swing out with your it's Fios has a hammer.
She has a great axe.
Great axe.
Yeah.
So you swing back with your great axe and it just tink, reaches up and grabs it by the handle right under the head of the axe and glowers at you with these crooked teeth. And the putrid smell of its breath just meets your nostrils at, like at you. Go ahead and make your second attack.
Okay, that's a lot better. It's a 25.
That will hit.
Okay, so that is... So I'm going to do that plus do push. So it'll take an extra d10 damage. And also go over yonder. It's going to go to jail. So...
Yep. Okay, so does it make a save or does it just happen?
Strength save.
Alrighty.
I
was distracted by drawing your dice down.
That's
going to be a 24.
How do I know what to compare?
I'm pretty sure it's 8 plus strength plus.
I think your save is
proficiency.
determined by
8 plus strength
plus proficiency. I think
plus
that's
proficiency, so that's 16, 19 total. 19 total.
Yeah, it succeeds.
Okay, so it doesn't get pushed back. But I did. Let me see. Takes superiority. Okay, so it takes the damage anyway.
And you said the damage was?
That's what I'm figuring out right now.
Okay.
So it's going to take the damage. It just doesn't get pushed back.
Okay.
Okay, so I re-roll the d12. So far, that is 13.
Yeah. 13.
Plus... Roll 1d12. Plus
nice.
24 damage.
It's 24 damage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ow. Okay. Yeah, so you just wallop this thing in the face. So as it comes down with your first blow and it catches it, it's glowering at you. In a fit of rage, Fios just rips it out of its fingers and just bashes it into its face, taking its cheek off, and you can see its gnarled, broken teeth all the way back down its jaw, as it's like you just kind of like just two-faced this thing. It's just it lashes back.
Gross. All right.
The sickly dark blood is just dripping down its front. All right. So it's its turn, and it's going to swirl its hands, and it's going to envelop the entire area in fog.
Fuck her house.
She already used one of those. Because I made her. So you're welcome, guys. You're welcome for that. Made her go down a spell slot.
All right. It's a 20-foot radius. Let's see here. Oops. That's not what I want.
Lots of little boxes.
You're up,
on the
one.
screen.
Yay, figuring out. There we go. Huh. I don't know why it's doing that. My mouse might be running out of battery. So, it's a 20-foot radius, which I think is that. Make it gray, because it's a cloud. Does that look right? 20 feet?
Yeah, that's about right. Either way, we all get whacked.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Yeah.
So none of us can see.
Fuck her house.
Yep. Actually, she's going to do that. Yep, so your vision becomes entirely shrouded in clouds. And then she is And actually, you can't even see it. Boop.
Shoot.
So yeah.
This is gonna go poorly. Oopsie doodles.
All right. So then it is Spirit or Shardamon's turn. You guys can't see anything. You can't see each other. You just see fog.
So over the fog, I'm going to cast darkness.
If we can't see,
If
we can't see,
we
neither can
can't
you.
see, she can't see.
All right. What's the radius on that?
It's 15 feet, so
It's slightly
it's going to
smaller.
be slightly smaller than what she has.
Alrighty.
But I'm going to drop it over myself, Arshadaman, and Fios. So that if she tries to attack, she can't see us.
So it'd be like right here-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be blind, and you're gonna be blind too. Also, dark vision does not affect it. It's magical darkness.
Yes.
Fuck you, Hagraven. Or sorry, not Hagraven. I'm playing Skyrim. And
Yeah. Oh my god. I
So
hate
like,
this thing.
so like right there, or
bingo.
This is This
so
is
all of
the-
you guys in it too.
Yeah.
Well, we're already blind, so we're blinded
that's
by
great.
the fog. So now we're blinded by the night, and she's also blinded too if she tries to take a swing at us.
Little did you know that we would just make the situation worse.
After that, I crouch down to the ground and I prepare to strike if something strikes me.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, you can always take a stealth check with advantage as your bonus
All right.
action.
So yeah, I'll stealth check with advantage.
All right. Now that we have this Mexican standoff of vision impairment, it's Arshadaman.
Oh, sorry. There was your stealth check. So 19.
Okay. 19.
Okay. So,
Alrighty. So then, Arshadaman, you are
yeah.
you saw your vision became
This is
clouded
interesting.
in fog, and then immediately just black.
Actually,
What kind of magic does this?
funny
thing have?
story, not. So I have Devil's Sight, which is like dark vision on turbo steroids, which can pierce through any magical darkness.
Uh-huh.
So the darkness doesn't affect me. The fog fucks
Okay,
with
so
me.
you just see fog.
I just see fog. But so I actually am going to retreat right here. And I'm not going to disengage. I'm just going to step back.
To there, I missed it.
Yeah, there, yeah. And prepare an action to attack anything that
Okay.
steps into my vision. Well, if this thing steps into my vision. Obviously, if a buddy steps in, I'm not going to take a swing.
Now it is going to take an attack of opportunity at you, but it does have disadvantage because it can't see either.
Okay.
That's going to be a 12.
That is a miss.
So you feel a woof of air as something comes within, like 6 inches of your face.
Hmm.
Just like, "Ah." All right. So then, Fios, you see a bunch of fog, and then immediately followed up by just black.
So the solution here is clearly to just swing wildly. So I'm going to 5-foot step forward.
Okay.
And I don't walk into it or anything, do I?
No.
All right. And swinging just in front of me
So in this square.
with with lunge. So I would be able to get up to this square because I get an extra 5 feet of range.
Well,
on
you
my
still have to
attack.
decide. You still have to decide which square you're targeting.
I'm target.
I think she's doing
Oh,
kind
you
of
have
a
to decide which
cone
square
of
you're
targeting.
targeting?
You can reach that square, but you have to decide.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
then I target
yeah, I
this
suppose
one.
if you target this one and there's something in front of it, you're gonna hit it. So
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So
Okay.
she is
You
like,
still-
she's just going
Okay.
like straight forward and seeing what happens. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and attack with your lunge ability. You still roll with disadvantage because you can't see.
That is fine. Why is this not okay? So oh, son of a go to jail.
Taunting you with the 20. How
Yeah.
dare?
That's still a 19 though. That's still a 19. That would have been awesome.
You thrust your axe forward, lunging into the room, and you hit nothing but air.
Now I'm going to turn to my right, and I'm going to target that one.
This one right here next to the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. It's still a disadvantage.
That's fine. So that is a 16.
Fiona, I think you froze. If you want to refresh
have
for
to
me real fast. Did everybody freeze?
No,
I'm here.
Okay.
Fiona was
Yeah,
just refreshing.
All right.
16?
Yeah, once again,
Yeah.
you lash out and hit nothing but air. Now, can I do something real fun for a second?
Yeah.
For our now 4 people watching at home,
Wow.
can everybody either minimize or look away from their screen for a second?
All right.
So, Fios just attacked here, and Fios attacked here. If everybody wants to, you guys not looking?
Yeah, I minimized it.
Let me.
I don't know where to look now. I'm just looking at my background.
I'll tell you when to come back.
It's just
So that's where he's at for everybody watching at home. All right, so 1 second here.
I'm looking at a nice fan art picture of Tolly from Mass
Okay,
Effect, which is
you guys
the
can come back.
background.
Thank you for indulging me.
All right.
I wanted to share.
Now
in my
everyone at
loss.
home, tweet at us where it is.
Yeah.
Did you screen cap it?
Yeah.
Clip it on Twitch.
Yeah. You have our Twitter handles right there, just like tweet at us where it is.
All right. So it is its turn. Okay. All right, it's going to lash out, and that's going to be a 15 to hit Fios.
Nope.
Alrighty. That's... I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
What?
What? Nicholas, why?
Disadvantage on the attack, and I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
Or it didn't.
No, I'm
happen.
gonna pull a Mercer and take a picture. It's my gold D20 and my critical roll D20.
And everyone can see the beautiful dice tray I made you for Christmas.
That is true. I'm glad I actually rolled on it because I almost didn't. Yeah, that's getting shared.
Who got critted?
We're gonna
Fios.
find out. No, why?
Oh, Fio, Sonny. No.
No. I'm probably gonna go down. I don't have a lot of HP.
I don't know why Twitter's been doing this weird thing wherever I try to hashtag something, it's like the weird thing pops up.
Maybe it hates you. Oh, I'm not ready for whatever unhappiness is coming my way. If it does hit me, do I get a sense of where it's coming from?
Sure.
All right.
It's the least I can do.
Okay. I'm probably gonna know and then fall unconscious and not be able to tell anyone.
That's where it was.
Oh, okay. Right before I die.
All right. So that was a critical. As astronomical as those odds are. So that's going to be $23 slashing damage.
I'm down from just that.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna change your color to bright orange.
All right.
That kind of vanishes on the parchment, doesn't it?
I can see it.
Let's do that. No.
I cannot see that.
How about that one?
Yeah, that looks good to me.
All right, I'll change it back to your normal color when you're conscious.
All right.
So yeah, in the darkness, just you hear like a soft whoosh coming. You just get clocked in the head
Boom.
with a gnarled claw, and you go, "Oh, that's where she was," and immediately fall unconscious.
Okay.
Whoops.
If I wake
right.
up, tell me what direction it was.
And then that's going to be an unnatural 20 against. Actually, you know what? Let me roll a retroactive. Nope. Okay, actually, that's. It's gonna do a thing. It's gonna move up, and it's gonna be an unnatural 20 against our Shadaman.
From where? Does it does it have reach?
1 second. It's coming from right there.
So if it steps into that square, I saw it.
It can stand inside the. Oh, actually, the darkness doesn't fuck with you.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
and I had a prepared action
yeah,
to attack.
Let me fix it. Yep, and it didn't know.
Peter.
Mhm.
God, you're the worst.
So it was there the whole time. Lol.
I was thinking of doing it there, but I'm like, no, she would just turn like a full 90 degrees. Like she wouldn't like move.
All right, so it steps to there, is swinging at our Shadaman and gets an unnatural 20 on the hit.
I had a prepared action to attack if once
So
something.
then that's going to be. That's going to be.
Nick.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack. Yes.
Because that was as soon as something got within my sight. Was my preparation, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack, and I'll hold on my damage. Yeah.
That's a 16.
Tom, your audio is coming through a little
Yeah,
lag.
it's
I don't know if
delayed.
it's just
Oh,
me
really?
or if it's real
No,
time.
it's been like that for me for a
Okay,
while.
let me refresh.
16. That does
Yeah.
not hit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm back. Is it better now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's better
back.
now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, 16 does not hit.
Now
And-
I believe even though it's a prepared attack, I'm still taking my
No, it's a
action
single
to attack. It's just a single.
It's a single attack. That's all
Okay.
you can prepare. Yep. Even though it is quote unquote a prepared action, you can only do a single attack that way.
Mm.
Yeah, I know it's kind of shitty. But anyway.
Okay, well that's what I do.
So you swing at it.
Mhm.
It kind of takes you aback. You were expecting it. You were prepared for it, and then like the speed and velocity in which it comes out of the fog, you were not expecting. And it didn't seem like it was expecting to see you quite either. And you both kind of like panic swipe, and you miss, and it unfortunately doesn't. And you take... Actually, it's lunging at you mouth first, because that's its attack it has
Okay.
left.
Hot.
And you're going to take 17 points of piercing damage as it just clamps down on your arm.
Okay, and it takes 15.
It does.
15 cold damage.
That's using your noodle.
Okay, and that is halved to 7. So yeah, the cold damage does not seem to do as much as you thought it would.
Unfortunate.
So, then that's its turn. So it's our Shardamon's turn.
All right. I guess I attack twice.
Go for it.
That's 18.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll
All right.
damage.
I'm doing this one-handed or two-handed. Or that's not right. How much damage would it be? Okay, yeah. We're gonna do. Come on. There we go. 13.
13 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. That
Then-
seemed like you walloped it real good. What's the name of your hammer?
Soulbreaker.
Soulbreaker. Yeah, so you swing Soulbreaker, your packed
Mhm.
warhammer, and it comes down on this creature,
Mhm.
and you recoil for the next attack.
I swing again and suck.
Yeah. Yeah, you just swing wildly, not able to connect in the same way. Spirit, it's your turn. You still can't see.
Yeah, I was going to drop break concentration so darkness goes away.
Okay. So
And
that
my first action would be to make it out of the fog, so I'm heading this way.
Okay. So there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you breach the fog. Now you can't. This is a wall here, and there is a window here.
That's why
But
I was going to...
From here, you can't see. From this angle, you can't see anything through it yet.
I'm going to stealth my way to that window now. It's
Okay.
foggy.
Now you're still hidden, so you're using the same stealth check you used before. You haven't done anything to break your stealth. So you move to there,
I'm going to look through the window.
and then that was a 19 stealth, I believe.
Correct.
It does notice you as you peek through, and it's right there, and it, like out of the corner of your eye, like looks and does a double take down at the window and just snarls at you.
I was... Ah! Right back at it. And I guess I'll just try to take a shot through the window.
Okay, go ahead. Now this does have a glass pane on it as well, so it'll be disadvantage.
All right.
Oh.
Go to jail. That's terrible.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean,
So what was that? What was it with the 7? Oh, it's still
15.
15. Yeah. So once again, the bolt shatters the window, but the breaking of the glass slows the bolt enough that it does not pierce the leathery hide of this Anisag. All right. So then, Fios, you need to make a death saving throw.
Oh boy. It's just straight D20, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's one success.
woo!
All right. Now it's its turn. It's going to take a swipe at Arshadaman. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
You're going to take 9 slashing damage.
Okay, and it takes 15 cold.
Ooh, that's right. That's half to 7. It's not going to do that again. Then it's going to swipe at Spirit.
Alright.
And that's going to be a 12 to hit.
Negative.
Especially because you have half cover through the window. And then it's going to lash at you with a bite. And that's going to be a... Math is hard. 23 to hit.
To hit me?
Yeah.
That is a hit.
Your AC is normally...
My AC is 16.
Yeah, and half cover is +2, I believe. So, yeah, it hits. So you're going to take 5, 6, 7, 8, 13 slashing damage.
Reaction.
Okay, what are you doing?
Point my middle finger at it and Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke. All right.
30 saving throw.
It's not that great at this. That's a 9.
That's a 9. Then she's going to take 2d12.
2d12. All right, go ahead and roll it.
Get rid of this. To which I just kind of whisper, "Thanks, Mom." $11.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Describe how this Hellish Rebuke manifests to finish off this attack.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How do I do this? So she takes a swipe, just smacks me, so I'm kind of like cut over to my side. I'm like, cut on my face or maybe on my chest or something. So I just point my middle finger at her and be like, these are for the children, you ugly motherfucker. And just flames just shoot out of like the ground and just engulf her, and she falls over a burnt mass.
Yes. So yeah, the flames burn up at your voice, that almost reverberates with some sort of hellish amplification, a thaumaturgy-like effect. This is for the children. Fire erupts, and her flesh begins to burn and flake away. The bits of forests, the bits of branches and antlers that she had affixed to herself, even the children's skulls that she had dangling off of her form, disintegrate into ash. And with a wail that raises in intensity into a high-pitched scream, to a whistle, to just nothing, as her form, hulking as it may be, collapses into an ashy pile in the middle of this hut.
I'm going to look to our Shadowman and say, "That's one for me."
Fios, make a death saving throw.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, we
Does the fog disappear?
Oh, our Shadowman still needs to go? Does
Yeah.
he go this round, or Shadowman? Tom?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh. Did you?
Yeah, I attacked, then Spirit attacked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so then death saving throw.
Another
success. Okay. And then, all right, then it's our Shadowman's turn.
Okay.
Oh, and the fog
Yeah, the fog's
dissipates
gone.
completely.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Fiona was asking about.
Yeah, they see me dying was my
Yeah.
question.
So I'm going to rush over and attempt to do what I can, which isn't much.
Same.
All right, so go ahead and make a medicine check.
Yeah, where's my medicine? There we go.
May I do so as well?
On your turn.
Okay, fair enough.
We're still in rounds because Fios is still dying.
Oh, excuse me.
That's 11.
You dick.
Yeah, you try your best. You try to like makeshift some bandages,
Like,
and
hey.
you do a pretty good job of like at least
Stop.
identifying like, hey, where are the wounds that are bleeding the most? But you kind of struggle to stymie the flow of blood. Spirit.
May I make a perception check to see if I see any potions?
You can go ahead. It would just be like sitting around. You wouldn't have a chance to search. You would have to actually like make a search action. It would take an investigation check, and you would have to like toss the place as an action. But
All right, well, I rolled a 20 for looking around, seeing if I can see anything.
yeah, this cabinet over here does have like a lot of like bits and bobs and jars and files and stuff, but nothing that you can immediately identify as a health potion.
Fuck. Well, run into medicine.
So you pretty easily, as a rogue, leap through this window.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just like vault through with just a fraction of your movement, and you run up there and go ahead and make a medicine check as an action.
Ooh,
Hey.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. You get there, you kind of like get there and slide to your knees next to your fallen companion, and with Arshadamon's like help, especially like you kind of take the bandages that he has kind of like loosely placed over the wounds, and you're like, thanks, this is just what I needed, and then properly fashion a tourniquet and bandage everything the correct way, and
My work here is done.
stabilized.
Picturing right now.
You didn't do anything.
And Fios will awaken naturally in 4 hours.
Oh. Why do you hate me?
Well, at least we've got a nice little shack here.
Yeah, they're dragging my ass out of this.
Nah, we're just gonna put
Or
you
they
on the
can
bed.
take a short rest. Yeah,
Yeah.
times 4.
Now that the dust has settled, both literally and figuratively, the spirit, you notice with your passive perception, there appears to be a seam in the dirt floor where there appears to be a trap door in the square.
I walk over and cautiously open it.
Yeah. It appears to be a trapdoor made of wooden planks that's covered over in dust. The dust and dirt slide off, kicking it up again, and you see that there is a ladder that descends into darkness.
Arshadamon, how you feeling about this? Should we stay with Fios or should we check it out?
We should stay with Fios until she is ready for battle.
May I just climb down to kind of just get like a quick look inside just to see what's up?
Yeah, you can.
That wasn't the answer I wanted.
Like Arshadamon just,
Yeah.
It is
watch my
dark in
back
here.
in case something comes out of the darkness to grab me.
Oh, you have dark vision though, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so yeah, it's dark, but you can see, and it is quite the macabre sight. As you lower yourself down into the room, there's a crunch under your feet as the floor is littered with bones. To the circular room, which seems to be about the same size as the footprint of the hut above, seems to be lined on both sides with cages. One side far larger than the other. In that cage, you see several of them, but only one is occupied. There's a young boy. You can see him kind of looking around, eyes wide, not really focusing on anything in the dark. He goes, "Hello? Is there anyone there?" And then, in response to his voice, there's movement and chattering on the other side as you see many, many other smaller cages containing raccoons and squirrels and rabbits and other woodland creatures that line the other wall.
Russell, is that you?
Yeah. Yes. That's my. How did you know my name?
All right, we're here to help, Hunt. We're here to help, son. Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here.
All right.
Russell, the other cages with the critters inside, are those kids as well?
Those aren't kids. He catches them in the woods. He puts them here and then he takes them out in batches.
All right.
He does something to control them.
I move over to Russell and I try to, First, is anything off about him? Does anything seem strange?
make an insight check.
Okay. What is my answer? Okay, it's 5.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. With a 25. Yeah, a natural 20. You yeah, he is scared. He's scared. He's not that he's like only like 7.
Okay.
He's terrified. He's dirty. Definitely unwashed. There's definitely kind of like some minor like scrapes and bruises about him. He doesn't look malnourished at all. But he's definitely afraid and scared and cold. But beyond that, nothing strikes you as a miss.
So nothing's like giving me weird vibes or anything, right?
He's not a demon.
Sure, I've seen it. I saw the fucking basement scene.
I have not. No spoilers.
I am sorry. Either way.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to walk over to him, and I'm going to use my thieves' tools to open the lock. Which
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
get
go ahead.
advantage because of fast hands.
Yes, go ahead.
$20.
Nice.
18.
Oh yeah, the 18
Oh,
is the
excuse
2.
me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's pretty easily. The lock is not anything complex. You slip in the even as you do it, you just kind of like continue to give Russell words of encouragement, and finally the lock clicks.
I look at Russell. I was like, Russell, can you see anything right now?
No, I can't.
Okay.
It's dark.
So, all right,
Oh,
put
he's
your
gonna
eyes
be.
keep it close to my shoulder.
He's
I don't
gonna be so scared of you when you get up.
I don't want him to see literally the bones of the other children as I carry him up and out of the hag's basement.
Okay, so you even lift him over them, so he doesn't even step through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like lift him up into my like arms and carry him out. Like I have like his hand, like his head, like against my shoulder, so he doesn't look down and see little femurs everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just traumatized no matter what at this
Oh
point.
yeah, I don't want
Right.
to add to it.
As you ascend the ladder back into the room, the other well, not the other two. Fios, you're sleeping. You're taking a
I'm
nap.
sleeping. Yeah.
But Arshadaman, you see your tiefling companion emerge with a small, very dirty child in his arms.
You found one of the children.
And then you can see it as it happens, as the child kind of like, who's slumped over his shoulder, kind of glances up and sees the red skin and horns, and his eyes grow wide, but he doesn't say anything.
I'm like, buddy, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here to help. I'm a friend.
Okay.
All right. I know, considering that the two people rescuing him is Spirit and Arshadaman, I'd be a little freaked out too.
Yeah.
A literal like devil
Fios
man and like edgy ass guy shrouded in.
And a dying woman.
That was the
Yeah.
slightly like normal looking one is passed out in the corner.
Nick, you froze
Yeah.
for me.
Nick, you should refresh. You're gone for Tom.
There you go. You're back.
It's not for me, so I'll refresh.
Yeah, he's frozen for me now.
Oh, now he's back.
Now he's back. Yeah.
Now you're back.
Okay, we're all good.
Yeah.
All right, so I look at Russell. It's like, Russell, we're going to take you home, okay, buddy? We're going to take you home to your mom.
So anyway, okay, sure.
After a few more hours, we head back.
Like, yeah, we just have to wait for our friend Fios to wake up.
Mhm.
Sure. Do you want to look around the room at all?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we'll
Go
poke
ahead and
around the
make
room. Once we're pretty sure
investigation
Fios is going to be alright.
We have a kid, we have Fios, and now that that's happened, loot time!
You you do in fact debate on moving Fios to the bed over here, but then you realize it's like nasty as fuck.
Yeah.
So you think better of it.
Yeah.
Whatever a hag sleeps in, isn't gonna
Raccoons
be
and garbage,
traumatic.
as Mallory Ortberg would say.
Yes. So, go ahead and make an investigation check. Either of you.
How about we both do it? Let's find out.
You guys can divide and conquer if you'd like.
Yeah.
I mean, my perception is garbage.
But
Better than that
Oh,
shit.
but-
Yeah.
yeah.
But investigation uses your intelligence.
Oh, this is
Natural
investigation. That's fair.
one.
Yeah, my investigation.
Yep, it's less about it's less about looking and more about knowing where to look.
That's fair.
Go to jail.
Still not good.
Yeah, you kind of like poke around. You don't really get too deep into anything. You do notice that the druid's staff is laying abandoned on the floor over here, next to where she was standing before she transformed into her normal form.
I will pick it up.
Nice.
It definitely has like you kind of notice it immediately for like the unnatural aura that it has about it. It's definitely a magical item.
Nick is frozen again.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just being still.
Oh, never mind.
I like to do it to fuck with you every now and then.
I hate you so much. I will investigate the magic item with Arcana.
Go for it.
What was my Arcana? That is a 19.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I would say that's enough for you to like
No,
pretty
I
much
think he is
deduce what
frozen.
it is, especially between the context clues you have of the situation that's going on. This is a staff of animal friendship. It has a number of charges that allow you to cast the animal friendship spell.
All right then.
So he was basically doing what I said. Or she.
Yeah. You called it.
How? That was that was not supposed to be an accurate prediction. That was not my intention.
No. You're like Ron Weasley. You're only right when you're joking.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, okay. I said, as always, I correctly predicted exactly what happens. Now I understand why we are of such great renown.
And I think that's as good of a beat of any
Yeah.
to end on.
Yeah.
The healing potion that was located in the room went undiscovered. So Fias, you guys had to wait 4 hours
Whoops.
for Fias to awake.
When we get
And-
back to the town, I tell everyone to eat their children, the little squirrels and stuff. I'm like, if you're running out of food,
Eat
might as well
your
eat
children.
this.
I want to make sure
You don't tell them that they're not actually their children. You're just like, you should eat
I
them.
left that part out.
Yeah.
I tell them.
Hey,
I just like
children?
find one and
Eat
like
them.
snap its neck, and I'm like,
Wait,
here's dinner.
wouldn't it be better if we just didn't tell them? I mean, to be
Listen,
honest.
I think they deserve closure.
They
I mean,
have
like,
closure.
kinda have it.
No, let him be remembered for the jelly bean that they thought he was.
I'm not going to affirm that half elves are like bad though. We're not affirming that. Like we're gonna leave that part out that he actually was bad all along. We're gonna say it was someone else and that he just died.
He died a hero's death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Valar died in the process.
Yeah. He died a hero's death. None of us would have
And
made
it's
it out
only
without
half-
him.
Yeah.
We're just going to weave these lies,
Yeah.
and I will darken my heart
Money,
further,
please.
taking more of the burden upon my edgy self.
Do we get
It's my burden to bear.
Yeah, do we
Yes.
get paid?
Yes, you do.
Okay, good.
fantastic?
Do you disclose? Do you disclose to Verf Sharkag that what happened?
No.
Or
No.
do you
I don't.
maintain
I
it?
fucking tell him. That's
no,
his punishment.
We don't tell anyone.
That's his punishment.
Yeah.
No, I tell him.
Now that is, but is it really his punishment? They're punishing everybody but him.
No,
I
he has to know.
encourage
He has to
him.
bear that burden. He chose to
I
be dishonest, and he took that burden upon himself, and now he has to carry it. So he gets to know. He has to know.
encourage him to reinforce the town with people adopted by other races and half elves and half orcs and all that, and tell them that they're the greatest warriors. Yeah, I feel for this, even though it's an elf, and I'm kind of like, I feel for them.
Y'all have fun. I'm just gonna make sure Russell gets to their mom and be like, "See, half demons aren't that bad."
Yes, you seek out Nada and return her son
Yeah.
to her, and
She got the
she's
best deal out of it.
overwhelmingly
She's all
grateful.
upset that her son is gone. She was the only one who got her kid back.
Yeah.
What a douche.
So that concludes our adventure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Our first episode of Project Derailed's Trainwreck, which
It only sucked a little.
it only sucked a little. And I
Yeah,
have to say,
yeah.
I'm actually really happy with that adventure because I literally had nothing prepared before I sat down. So
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're like children eating, and he ran with it.
Actually, no, that was the plan all along, and I thought about changing it after Tom picked it up. I'm
You
like,
dick.
nah.
Let's just do.
No, I thought
Fuck
about
it.
I thought about changing it, but then I'm like, you know what? I can't think of anything better. So
That was beautiful.
so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let him be right and let the irony just like
Just sink in.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So yeah. So to everyone, is anyone still watching?
we still have 2 viewers.
Wow.
Wow.
One
Thank
of which I
you,
think
guys.
might be Josh still. Or probably not. It's after midnight.
Yeah. He doesn't stay up really late.
I know. My buddy Eric was watching. I know a couple other people might have tuned in. So
Yeah.
I don't know who's watching right now.
Thank you
But
guys
thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking till the end. Be sure to check out our website and to tune back in Monday, where hopefully we'll know how to do this a little bit more, and it'll be better.
Yeah. Now, and I just wanted to affirm that while we do plan on doing more D&D stuff, Trainwreck every Monday will be pretty much anything and everything. Some days we might just be talking about stuff. Some days we might be playing video games or Overwatch or anything. Some days we may even be doing other cool, fun things, whatever else we can pull out of our ass. So that's what Trainwreck is for. It's just for us to just stream of consciousness onto the internet, and for you to pass judgment on it.
Yeah. And if you have any ideas, please tweet at us what you want us to do.
Tweet at us at Project Derailed.
Yeah. We have fun ideas, but we can always use more.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if you're watching this on our VOD or on our YouTube, you can check out Trainwreck live Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everyone.
Really.
Bye,
Yeah.
friends.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Good night. Bye. Well, now we sit here awkwardly as Tom ends the stream.